Everyone, welcome back to this daily stock update. So in this video we're just going to be covering the FANG stocks. As you guys can see, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So let's pause this for a second and dive in right straight into Apple. Sorry, this is Facebook. So Facebook on the daily time frame, if we zoom in real quick, we are actually making a breakout right now. Pre-market Facebook is currently up $336. So it's going to look to make an all-time high right now inside the market, or not an all-time high. It's going to look for a nice little boost to 350, potentially 360. Everything's going to depend. If we have a look on the daily, on the weekly time frame, look at this parabolic move. This right here was the V recovery shape that we had. If we have a look at the shorter time frame, let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame. In my opinion, a retest right here at 332 would be a nice little long or a buy, in my opinion. A lot of people say, oh, it's overvalued, whatever it is. No, I don't think Facebook is overvalued just yet. Just yet. Let's have a look at the EMA ribbons right here. These are the EMA ribbons. We had a nice little bounce right here on June 3rd. Nice little bounce toward the upside. If we have a look on the daily time frame, look at that boom. We haven't been below these ribbons in quite some time. I would say since March, guys. We haven't been below these ribbons since March 10th. So we're in a strong uptrend for a couple of months now, or a few months, I should say. We saw a massive gap right here, came back, closed it, bounced back up. Guys, before anything, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence. Let's move on into Apple stock. Apple's consolidating right now a little bit on the daily time frame, as you guys can see, but we are consolidating towards the upside. As you guys can see right here, the trend is your friend until it bends, and we are seeing a few touches right here on the line. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 touches. In my opinion, a break below that right here would be negative and bad news for Apple. We could essentially come back down to these levels. These are the levels. These are the key supports you want to have a look at. Potentially come back and close this gap. 70% of gaps usually get closed. So this is a key level we have to watch out. I'm gonna be having a look at Apple very closely. Potentially pull along right here. We're gonna see. Moving on into Amazon. Amazon also consolidating very nicely between these two regions right here, the 3,543 levels and 2,985. In my opinion, we're probably gonna come back down one more time to the $3,000 level. We're probably gonna see another bounce right here before either moving up or either breaking down. In my opinion, a stock market correction will come soon, eventually, after this massive surge after the COVID pump. Of course, there's a lot of bad news right now happening with inflation, the economy, the US dollars. So have to be careful right now, because the stock market is in a bubble, guys. It is in a bubble. Moving on into Netflix, we saw this massive drop by Netflix right here. Well, it wasn't really massive, but the earnings right here were a little bit positive, a surprise. We got earnings coming up. I believe in a month from now we got earnings coming up. We're gonna have to see what happens from here. In my opinion, well, not in my opinion, the reason why it dropped is because COVID stopped and people aren't watching as much Netflix anymore. People are starting to cancel these subscriptions. So we are having a nice little consolidation right here between these two area. This was the surge right here when COVID started. This was a massive pump, and the reason why that is because everyone started to watch Netflix, so on. It was actually right here. Sorry, my mistake. Anyways, having a look at the 4-hour time frame, we could even have a look at the moving average. We are actually below the 200 moving average, which is pretty bearish in my opinion. Let's move the 9 moving average real quick, and if we zoom in, we actually just got rejected right here by the 50 moving average. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Netflix responds today. Having a look at Google. Google is absolutely exploding, guys. This thing is exploding. Can we see Google reach $3,000 in the next couple of months? I think so, guys. I think Google can reach. Look at this massive trend. We saw the bull cross right here, or the golden cross right here. This was the death cross. Came back. This was the V recovery shape in COVID, and ever since that bull cross, guys, or that essentially that golden cross, we've been flying. Google has been explosive. So look at that. 93%, guys. 93%. We are currently breaking support right now. We are currently breaking resistance right here. As you can see, 2,438. Pre-market is currently being traded right now at 2,466.61. So we haven't really moved since yesterday's closure. On the daily time frame, we can move on. Look at that. The 200 moving average is well below that. We are well above the 50 as well. We haven't retested the 200 moving average for I don't want to say a year now, but I would say about 9 months since 9 months we haven't retested that 9th moving average. So it's going to be very interesting. In my opinion, after 3,000, we're most likely going to come back and retest. That retest is going to be sooner than later, in my opinion. That's why we have to be careful. Stock market is in a bubble right now, in my opinion. Everything is very explosive, and we need to see some sort of consolidation or correction before moving on ahead. Anyways, guys, that is my daily dose stock video. If you guys like this video, of course, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.